All right. I haven't made a video lately, but there's one issue in the news lately that's really pissing me off. Um, so you maybe heard about the Ground Zero Mosque, so called. So it's actually several blocks from Ground Zero, further away from it than an existing mosque. Um, and you may have heard the uproar over how they're desecrating the memory of these 9/11 victims. Yeah, never mind the fact that there were Muslim victims of 9/11 as well. Um, the leader of the initiative to build a mosque, called the Cordoba Initiative, an imam named Faisal Abdul Rauf, big scary Wahhabist name, right? Well, no, actually, he's written a book called "What's Right with Islam is What's Right with America." He's a very tolerant, progressive, forward-thinking Muslim thinker who who's exactly the kind of person teaching a kind of peaceful, tolerant Islam that we need in this world today. Um, and if this mosque was being built anywhere else in the world, we'd be funding it, for God's sakes. Um, and there is so much just ugly bigotry out there about this. And what's worse is it's even spreading beyond just the right wing crazies who have seemed to come out of the woodworks since Obama became president. The Anti-Defamation League, a Jewish rights organization that's actually done a lot of good work in the past, has come out against this mosque, um, which has prompted CNN's Fareed Zakaria to actually return an award that they gave him several years ago, for which I applaud him in that decision. Um, there was a recent study done by professors at Duke University and University of North Carolina that found that that contemporary American mosques actually work to deter jihadism. That through their youth programs and everything, it that young Muslims who attend those mosques are actually less likely to be attracted to the whole jihadi ideology, and instead, you know, many American imams, are helping portray to them a kind of more tolerant version of Islam. Um, I personally have been to a mosque. When I was in college, I took a Middle Eastern studies class, and and for that class we went on a field trip to a local mosque. We made plans prior to that. We went there and participated in their worship service, and I gotta say, I actually find the whole Muslim worship service to be rather interesting. It was an interesting experience. Instead of sitting in a pew, he was listening to some pastor talk about stuff. You're actually on this rug, doing these prostrations, and it, doing it all as a group, and it felt kind of moving. I felt so. I have a lot of respect for that, and for the Muslim faith, and what they're all about. And you know what? There was actually there was actually one Republican who knew the difference between the tolerant Islam and the jihadi Islam, and went to great pains to draw the difference. His name, George W. Bush. For all the time that I spent hating that man, for all the time that I was pulling my hair out at what a disastrous presidency was, I gotta give him credit for this. And you know what? There's a chance here for him to redeem himself, at least partially, if he just spoke up and said to his fellow Republicans right now, "This is not the way to win the war on terror. We do not want a war of civilizations. This is not America versus Islam." If he, whether or not they listen to him, it would speak highly of him if he would do that because he said that because he said pretty much the same thing when he was president. You know, and it's true. You know, this bigotry, this I don't even know where all this bigotry came from. I mean, it seems like it's just exploded in the last couple of years. Um, it's just I mean, and it's so not only is it immoral and disgusting and repulsive to the core by being, it's also counterproductive to the mission of making Americans safer. This is feeding right into Bin Laden's hands, and yeah, if we know it's good for us, we should be encouraging mosques like this. And you know, what greater celebration of the religious freedom that makes America great than to have this mosque right near Ground Zero? So, you know, to those of people who want to scream about this violating sacred ground, go fuck yourselves.